Jo-anna Nieves. Jo-anna, great to see you as always. Thank you so much for joining us here on the program. Want to get your thoughts on Alicia Andrews. Again, she's charged as a principal, which means she could suffer the same penalties as the people that we know or saw on that video doing the shooting. She's also charged as part of a conspiracy. Now, I'm not getting that principal vibe from her. I thought she did fairly well on the stand, but I'd love to get your thoughts.
Hi, I agree. I think she definitely held her own, responded really well to the prosecution's line of questioning. I think the prosecution kind of gave her a lot of leeway in terms of asking these open-ended questions and allowing her too much room to explain herself. She's a very strong and smart, you can tell, just a very intelligent young woman. I don't know how it's going to go over with the jury. I think we're going to see the jury split on whether or not they think her actual testimony is credible, but I do think she did a good job.
I will tell you, I've been looking at social media comments as well as our YouTube Live, and quite a few people do not buy what she's selling and don't believe her. So will the jury? We don't know that yet. But I have to ask you this. To me, it kind of boils down to, is going along to get along. If you believe her and that she was going along to get along, basically, given the history with her boyfriend, etc., can that amount to conspiracy? Because conspiracy has some very long fingers and arms to wrap around people and get them convicted.
Right. I think what we are alluding to and what we might be missing here is those overt acts, right? Like, yes, she might have been there. Maybe she had an inkling of what was going on, but did she actually do any planning and take any steps towards assisting with this? I know, whether or not she was actually the person that was looking out and spotting is to be determined by the jury. But I think that we need to see a little bit more in terms of her involvement rather than just her simple presence for a road trip.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's where their case is leanest. Basically they're saying it's all about those phones. And her defense goes even further, saying there was no meeting of the minds. For a conspiracy, you do need a meeting of the minds. She's saying right up until the time that they came back, she still had no idea that this is what had happened. She had heard this had happened, saw it online, but still didn't know that her boyfriend at that time that they were there were involved in all this. So I think it even goes a step further, Jo-anna.
I agree. And the thing is, she is consistent even when the prosecution is trying to come at her in different ways and getting a bit riled up in response to the way she's answering. She firmly explains each time, no, there was nothing more to it for me. I didn't answer this question because I didn't know. I can't speak to what's in his mind because I don't know what's going on. She's either been prepped really well as a witness or you take her testimony as truth.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jo-anna.